So imagine if they did a Family Guy Funko Pop set where you had Peter Griffin on one side
Okay.
and Dom on the other side.
Dude. All right, guys, welcome to the PGC podcast. It's me, one of your co hosts, Caleb. I'm joined with my other half, otherwise known as Sean. Sean,
Or
there he is.
Phoenix. How
There he
you guys
is.
doing?
We have a special guest with us today, the gracious Ryan. How are you doing today, Ryan?
Hey, how are you guys?
Ryan,
doing
tell
good.
everyone your gamer tag.
It's sunny always.
Whoa, dude, that's an epic gamer tag, honestly.
Yeah.
Yep. So today we have Ryan with us, and Ryan wants to start off with a really interesting story you had. Ryan, what was that story that you've been itching to tell us?
So I've known Phoenix or Sean for probably since the start of freshman year. And I don't know how old we were, but we were a little drinking, you know, a little this, little that. And I remember we were both sitting next to each other, and we previously went to a convenience store or like a grocery store called Kroger. I don't know if some of you guys have those, but I picked up the apple fritters. I was like, I'm going to be pretty
Hell
hungry.
yeah.
Let me get some apple fritters. And then he picked up Lay's chips with French onion dip.
Interesting take.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. So we're hanging out, we're doing this and doing that, playing video games, and I'm cracking out my apple fritters and eating them. He's like, oh, I want to get my chips. So he looks over to me and he's like, are those good? I'm like, yeah, you want to try one? And he's like, yeah. So he tries one by itself and he's like, damn, this is good. And I'm like, yeah. So he's like, well, watch this. So he takes one of the Lay's chips, dips it in the French onion dip, and then proceeds to put an apple fritter on top.
Yeah.
And we thought it was the best thing. And then the next day rolls around. It's like, what was that thing that we were eating? And he was like, oh, I tried it and it made me so sick. It was disgusting, but at the time it was amazing.
Dude, who would have thought? Who would have thought, honestly?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it did like look disgusting, but in the moment, we were a couple drinks in and it tasted amazing. It was the funniest thing, man. Definitely
Dude,
a good story. I
Like
remember
even being buzzed, there's no way I can taste that and be like, yeah, this is good. I think
Yeah.
I think there's just something wrong with you or something, man. Like that's kind of messed up.
that. Maybe my taste buds had like ascended at that point because they were already wasted. So
Well, maybe you just wanted to get into Fast 9. That's really what you wanted, which is one of the topics we're talking about today.
how about that?
Our special topics are, of course, Fast 9, which I've watched it, and we're going to talk about spoiler-free stuff. We're going to be talking about PGC, like what the hell is it? We've been doing it for a while now, and we're just now doing this podcast, so we want to tell you guys about it. And we also want to get into our tier list of the greatest games of all time. That's right. We're not just talking about Fortnite. It's going to be a lot more than that. Probably like Fortnite 2 or something. We'll add that in there. And then lastly, we have a secret special ending for you guys that you guys aren't going to want to miss. So running all the way back to the top, Sean, what is PGC, man? What is this?
So PGC, I'm going to start from the beginning. I had been doing gaming communities for a couple of years, and then I met Caleb here and a couple of other people, and we wanted to make it something more than what it was. And instead of just being like a single game where it was like a Battlefield milsim thing, we took it and we wanted to expand and do different role play groups. We wanted to have casual gaming related communities. We wanted to have people who are competitive and play in league play and things of that nature. And we really wanted to have a broad spectrum where like we network with these other gaming communities and create a place where people can come together and find other people to play with. And where this originally stemmed from was, what's better than seeing two people who didn't know each other, they get into a match and they play games for a couple of hours. Next thing you know, the two guys are like best friends and they're playing games every day together. That is probably one of the most rewarding feelings I've ever felt. I've got friendships from the community. But PGC stands for Phoenix Gaming Community,
Hey.
and you know we love what we have, and we're excited to bring it to social platforms and stuff, so you guys can be a part of it as well.
Oh, I had a question for you. What does Phoenix stand for? Where did that,
Yeah,
where did that
so
come
that
from?
was that was my gamer tag, really.
So it has a
And
cool
as,
origin. That's super
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I could go into my whole thing about phoenixes and how they're cool.
Mm.
Uh,
Let's not
but
though.
let's save that for another podcast.
That's
How
gonna be
about that?
the mythology podcast, all about
Right.
phoenixes. Yeah, epic.
I
At
Yeah.
know.
one point, you wanted to get a tattoo of a phoenix. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd have been a great
Yeah.
decision.
I'm still not necessarily like against it, but it's got to be somewhere where like you know I'm like my upper arm or where
Mhm.
somewhere
Muscles
where
are
like
popping
you
out.
know I can hide it for work or whatever.
Right.
But I mean the type of work I'm doing, I'm not that worried about hiding tattoos. So for our Spotify guys, you won't be able to see this, but Ryan, if you want to throw up your arms, you can see that Ryan's got some nice tattoos.
Whoa, dude.
Um,
He's all
maybe
tatted
maybe
out.
maybe in a future podcast we could talk about tattoos and have him on as a guest again.
Dude, that'd be
Um,
epic.
Yeah.
But I want to talk a little bit while we're on the topic of PGC about what our roles are. Myself, me, and AK, we're going to be doing the podcast together every week. You'll have
Every
us
week?
two and then a guest, and we'll have different topics to talk about. Today is going to be Fast 9 and a secret topic, so you wait up for that. And you'll also get to see the tier list, and the tier list will be a persistent
Continuing.
thing. So, you know, over the course of a couple of episodes, we'll finish this tier list and have like a definitive one. But AK is going to be doing YouTube with me, and he's going to be our like head Twitch guy. So you can always go to his channel to actually
What's a
watch the
follower?
podcast, and that's What's a Follower. Yes, sir.
At What's a Follower on Twitch.
So, with that being said, Caleb, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, so basically, like he was talking about our roles. With that getting into it, like so PGC with I know Phoenix kind of mentioned this or Sean kind of mentioned this. I got in from the Milsim side, and so did Ryan. You know, it was kind of all like we're all friends. We wanted to play Battlefield, and that turned into now we have this community of like 200 plus people, and some of those people in the community weren't so happy with how things were run. Some people were in higher positions, Alex, and they kind of made a bad name for it.
Yeah.
But you know, we're trying to go past that. We're trying to start something new, start something fresh, and hopefully, whenever the new Battlefield comes out, Battlefield 2049, is that it? 2049?
2042.
2042, of course, yeah. 2042, whenever Battlefield 2042 comes out, we might have something going on there. So, Ryan, I know you joined. What was your experience joining in?
Well, so like I said, stemming back to me knowing Sean in high school and all that stuff, I remember going over to his house, and he was like had this YouTube channel, and I think it was Phoenix of Fate, and he did like zombie videos for Call of Duty, and then he had this one video that stood out, and it was a Battlefield video, and it was the 4th Marines, and he put it all together, edits, jets flying through the air, people shooting guns, and he told me about it, and he was like, I came up with this idea, and it's just a community of people that play video games together, and it kind of stemmed and branched off, and I joined in, and I met Caleb, and I met a lot of other people, and the crazy thing about it is that you meet these people, and then they play other games. Like I met this guy named Raph, and Sean told me, he's like, there's this crazy guy named Raph, and he gets super into, like, yeah, and like if he throws a grenade, grenade out, and like just does all this crazy
Phoenix,
stuff.
get over here! I need backup. You know, he's just like he's
Yeah.
always screaming in your ear.
Yeah. So I met him and joined up with him, and he told me about this game called DayZ, and he was like, it's a zombie survival game, and you get really into it. And that stemmed out, and then we met other guys with like gamer tags as Chuckle Nuts. This is a guy from England.
Yeah.
He joined PGC from just meeting us, and we told him, well, hey, once maybe down the road we'll have a PGC community for DayZ, and we ended up doing that. So that's my experiences with it, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, super cool. So basically, to sum everything up, PGC is a gaming community with a lot of different games on it, kind of stemming from Battlefield. That's kind of our core thing, is Battlefield Milsim stuff. But we open up different games, different YouTubers, all sorts of stuff. So
And you guys should see that as like we're going into some of our like Game Pass reviews. We're gonna have like YouTube videos that you guys will be able to see. We'll get to that later.
yeah,
But something I wanted to put out there is, there could be another PGC that you see.
oh,
And I just want this to be out into the public. We are the original Phoenix gaming community. And this is I came up with a long time ago. My name literally is Phoenix, like on Xbox, and like that's where it came from. And we had a guy who was staffed with us. There were some disagreements, some of which was I won't get into it too much, but he resigned and gave us a letter of resignation. We didn't hear from him for a couple of months. We all went our separate ways. Me and Caleb went and, changed a lot of things. We, changed Discords, just updated and upgraded everything. And he kind of went off and disappeared, but then came back with our name, our emblem, and all he did was change the colors from blue, red, and yellow to black, red, and white.
Great colors, by the way. I wonder
Really
what those
weird.
symbolize. Very odd things.
And for some context, the reason I'm saying it's weird is because this guy was obsessively into like World War II and specifically Germany. And it's just some really weird undertones, even in conversations that were really weird. So, again, if you see a PGC that has like weird colors that aren't blue, red, and yellow, that is not us. Yeah, just putting that out there. But I want to get on to another topic, but I really want to talk about what everyone's favorite memory in PGC has been since we've been around for a while and we're kind of like launching this new thing. Caleb, what do you feel is your favorite memory?
Yeah, so back when I was just starting in on PGC, we were doing the Battlefield thing, and I remember wanting to get really good at helicopters so bad. And at the time, Sean was really, really good at them. And in Battlefield 3, he was like the top, I think it was the top 20.
Top 3, actually.
Oh,
I was the third in the world.
Anyway, I think he was up there, like top 20 or something like that. Gotta have been. Anyways, he was really good at flying on Battlefield 4. And me and him were like trying to do this obstacle course where we're flying on Zavid 311, if you've ever played that map on Battlefield 4. Trying to go through the trees, trying to do this all obstacle course that we made ourselves. And, it may have been 3 or 4 hours in, and I may have been losing it, but it was a lot of fun. So that was definitely one of my favorite memories playing with John.
By the end of the obstacle course, did you feel like you had improved, though?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 3 hours spent on a game. It was a difficult
obstacle course.
Yeah, it was definitely hard. So, what about you, Ryan?
I'd probably say either the Millicent training. What was that called?
Oh, the MCT.
Hey. Yes. Yeah. Just meeting all those new people, and then when I first did mine, it was crazy, and I didn't know what to expect. But then after doing it for so many times, and sometimes people need to help pitch in, like, hey, we need a couple more people to teach these new guys. And just seeing all of them be like, okay, this is where this is going to happen, and seeing how they react. And I remember there was a point where we like ambushed them, seeing how they all react, just like stuff like that. I thought was always pretty cool and pretty interesting.
Gotta love the MCT.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean? Do you like it?
I mean, all my favorite memories have to be like the videos that we actually did. The videos are cool because you can go back and like puts me right back in the moment when I was like doing that stuff. And I don't know, it's fun to go back and actually see like, hey, we had, at one point we had 55 people all together, like, in combat communicating. Like that was our whole thing. Like Battlefield, you get into a multiplayer match, you jet ram someone, that's it. But like our thing was using teamwork tactics and like communicating properly, and it makes the game so much more immersive and fun. It was cool. So I'll be happy to continue doing that on other games like Squad Arma and Battlefield in the future. So
For sure. So speaking
yeah.
about other things, do we want to talk about the main thing that on everybody's mind from the past like week or so? Something that rhymes with Ben and something that rhymes with easel.
Yeah. There's been memes flying around about them.
Swooshing around, dude.
Swooshing. Family.
Yeah. So,
Sonny, you think you could come up with one? Think you could come up with a meme on the spot?
Top of my head?
On top of
your head, dude.
Okay. Well, so he's a family guy, right?
Yeah.
He loves family, dude.
He does love family. So I was thinking about that word and a show. So those Funko Pops that are out there, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So imagine this. So sometimes, like when they have like San Diego Comic-Con, they'll have a set, like a Funko Pop set, where it'll be like, for Stranger Things, you'll have Eleven and Hooper or something like that. So imagine if they did a Family Guy Funko Pop set where you had Peter Griffin on one side and Dom on the other side.
Dude, that would be great.
That would be a top seller.
I like it. That'd be perfect. Like in the animation of Family Guy too, right?
Yep. Exactly.
That's great, dude.
That would be good.
I think they. Wait, do they have a Family Guy? I'm sure that the Family Guy's been running for so long.
Has he been on Vin?
He's got it, dude. I know he's got. I'll find it actually.
They have one, right?
Vin Diesel Family Guy. I'll look it up for you. Yep, he's been on there a few times. Been on there a few times. Yep.
Stewie as Vin Diesel's acting coach. Oh, it looks like they kind of grilled him. Steve becomes friends with. Yeah, so they could just have him feature again. You need to get at
Funko Pop.
Yeah, you need to message Seth MacFarlane and let him know about that idea.
The idea right there.
There you go. You guys heard it first, Sonny always. But Fast 9, I've been hearing a lot about it. I haven't had a chance to actually get to the movies. But Caleb, you said that you saw it.
Yeah.
You want to give me like a spoiler-free review?
Yeah. Okay, this is super simple. Okay, this is the bare bones review that anybody can make. Okay, so I've seen all the Fast and Furious movies up until now. Okay, all the ones before, right, were Fast and Furious. Yeah. Family. There you go. That sums up all the ones before. This one, okay, this is gonna be a very hot take. Okay. If you love Fast and Furious, okay, you're going to like this one, okay? If you do not like Fast and Furious, you're going to hate this one, okay? I do not like Fast and Furious, or at least the last, 5 movies. so I'm not a big fan.
Over-the-top action.
Yeah.
Over-the-top action, jumping cars from like skyscraper, that same spiel.
But on a different note this time. So the last one was like a skyscraper to a skyscraper. This one's like a skyscraper to the moon. And that's all I'll say. I think
I've seen a bit of that too.
Yeah.
So they have like a rocket on a car and it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw a clip of that somewhere.
Yeah.
What Friday? Didn't they do like a Friday the 13th where Jason goes to space?
Jason X.
Jason X, dude. I still want to see that so badly.
He was apparently so dangerous that
for the movie.
I don't know. I've seen a couple clips, like you said, the first couple, Tokyo Drift was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they went to another place and did that.
That kind of falls in line with this one too.
Yeah,
they have little aspects of Tokyo Drift for those who like that movie. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
Big players. Yeah. Big players.
There we go. Yeah, I'm excited. I think I'll see it.
Yeah, for sure. So, with the previous films, like you were saying, I like Tokyo Drift. That was like the top one. Or even like the original Fast and Furious. I always thought the cars were like the big part of it. And that's one thing about this movie that kind of I don't know, kind of turned me off a little bit from it, because this one, it has cool cars like a Dodge Charger, but they don't have like souped up Toyota Supras. You know what I mean? They don't have like
Yeah.
crazy. They don't show
Well, they're all rich now.
Yeah, they're all rich. They could just go out and just buy a McLaren. There you go.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that kind of brought a tick down. Instead of it being like a car movie, a car guys movie, it's more of like a, over the top movie, which is it changes. I understand
Right.
things got to change, but that's just probably one of the things that I didn't like so much about it. What about you?
So let me this though. So the actors.
Okay.
Is John Cena in it?
John Cena.
Yeah. Is he in there?
He's in there, man.
Oh,
He's
wow.
he's a
Whoa.
big player in there.
All right, don't
Yeah.
say anything.
But the
else
thing
about
is,
it.
what's
I'm
kind of weird?
excited.
What's kind of weird
I
about
gotta
John
go
Cena?
now.
What's kind of weird about John Cena being there? All you see is like his shorts and shirt. It's so weird. I'm like,
His
dude.
chains on.
You couldn't see him.
yeah. I'm like, dude, what is going on? And
Yeah.
so I think he has a really cool voice role, basically, in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't see him at
Cool.
all, but that's
A little voice acting.
yeah,
Yeah,
little voice action. So, okay. So we're gonna be talking about our current favorite game. This is up from 2020 until now. So anything made in the past year, which is not a lot. Me and Phoenix looked up all the games. There was Yakuza 0. There was New Horizons for all those Animal Crossing fans. Not a lot of games. But was there any new games that you played? Again, there's a new Call of Duty Cold War that you really enjoyed. There's not that many of them. What about you,
Yeah.
Sean?
I don't know. So, like, talking about like my current favorites, it's tough because if we're looking at you said just last year, right?
Well, just in recent time, I can extend it out, but just the most recent games that came out that you're really enjoying right now that you're playing.
All right, I can name like 5, but I'll just pick one here.
Whoa, big brain.
Yeah, I
I can name like
I'm gonna
5.
say out of like 2020, just because I'm gonna try to talk about that. Doom Eternal, I think came out in 2020. Doom Eternal, I had played like some of the original Dooms, but I hadn't touched like the newer generation of Doom that they kind of booted up. So my buddy was telling me about like how cool Doom Eternal is, and a band that we know in person like is on it. So I got the game because it was on Game Pass, and I was blown away. Like at first, I just kept dying because I didn't understand the mechanic of Doom, where you have to keep moving. If you stop moving in Doom, you die. That's just how Doom works. You have to move. You have to jump. It's kind of one of those things where I was like, man, having like ADHD is kind of helping me right now. So I'm just like jumping from thing to thing, like going crazy. And the music is absolutely insane. I know like on long drives, I'll look up on Spotify, I'll type in BFG Division, and that's like a really intense Doom song that like if you're driving, it's really hard to just go to speed limit, but I always go to speed limit. But
Doom Eternal.
It sounds awesome. Doom Eternal. Check it out. It's on Game Pass. Not a sponsor, but should be.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of Game Pass games too, which we'll get into later. But I played a little bit of Doom Eternal, and like you said, it's like, first off, I'm not that good at video games to start with, and this is just like a ticket above that. I was on like, it wasn't normal. I think it was one above normal difficulty, and it was hard even at that. So I definitely see like where you have to take your time at certain things, and you have to know like each weapon does certain things to each enemy. And I played Doom 64 back in the day, and that this is very, very similar to that in the most refreshed way. You know what I mean? So I like Doom Eternal. Now my favorite game though that has recently came out is Noita. Noita. Dude, that game is so fun. You guys gotta play it. Have you guys ever heard of Noita?
No, I have not.
Dude, it's like Terraria in a way, and it's a roguelite to where like once you die you get reset all the way to the like the back of the game, right? But it's in a really fun way. So
Do you
let me
get to like keep upgrades whenever you die?
Nope. Whenever you die,
No,
you
they all go
completely
away.
restart. And
Wow.
it sounds hard, but you get random stuff at the beginning. So in the beginning, you always get um, new different wands, different gear to start out with. So it is kind of fun, and all the wands are kind of um, completely like 100% random. So you may pick up a wand that just one shots everything, or you may be able to pick up a wand that's just a joke, that blows up every time you use it. So it's pretty interesting for sure. I got a lot of hours into it. So um,
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. What about you, Ryan? What's your favorite?
You guys are forgetting the biggest game, Cyberpunk.
Oh,
I'm just joking. I'm just
I-
joking.
Was that your favorite one though?
No.
Okay.
That was just a joke. I would actually have to say this is a weird pick, but I believe the newest Little Nightmares game, that puzzle
Okay.
game. You guys heard of that?
Yep,
No,
I know. I seen the first one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched the first one.
Wasn't
Actually
the
haven't
last
played
one
that.
was last year, wasn't it? It was Little Nightmares 2, I believe.
Yeah,
I
yeah, it
guess
came out. Yep. I'll say
yeah.
sure.
That just the game with the ambiance of it, the soundtrack, and
Oh yeah.
it was an amazing game to me. I like that, or Call of Duty, obviously. But I would have to say, if you haven't tried Little Nightmares, to try it because it's very fun. It's a puzzle game. It reels you in. It's a pretty lengthy game, so you spend some time on it. And then I'm pretty sure the first one was on Game Pass. So if you guys,
From what I'm seeing, it kind of looks like a platformer similar to what was it called? Ravel or
Ye-
Yeah,
Unravel? Ravel.
Yeah.
That was where like you're like a ball of yarn or something, and you can only go as
Mhm.
far as your yarn. I really enjoyed that game.
It's
what's the one with the spider that?
Limbo. It's
Limbo.
very
There we
very
go.
similar to Limbo. It's like you said, it's
Similar
like
to
a
that.
scary Unravel basically.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to just do a lot of stuff, and it is really creepy. The first one
Yeah.
is very creepy. Nothing like
Yeah.
scary, it's just creepy.
I
Yeah.
played Unravel too, or I had bought it, and then I played it with a couple of buddies, and the friend I was playing it with is Tyler at the time, and he just kept getting so angry, so mad when we couldn't figure something out, and like wherever you walk, the camera goes with you, and so like he would keep walking off the screen, like get frustrated, walk off the screen, and then the screen would go over to him, and I couldn't like continue walking the other way because you got to work together, and
Wow.
it was just it was hilarious. But yeah, I'll definitely check out Little Nightmares. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
You should. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Well, since we're on the topic of video games, and I know that there's a lot of video games out there, I figured I just had this bright idea that we should rate all of the best video games. And there's like 100 or so that are on this list. So we can start out. How do you guys feel about rating literally all the video games you can probably think of that came out between now and I guess in the 80s?
Oh, okay. Wow.
Down for it.
Okay.
Um,
You want to hear the first one? The first
Yep.
one is a big one. So I actually haven't had a lot of experience with this one. So BioShock. Have any of you
Ooh.
guys played BioShock yet?
I have. Yep.
Really? Now
Ooh.
this is the first one. I assume this is just the whole series, but
Is it
Ryan,
the
which
best game to the worst?
yeah, we're talking like masterpiece all the way down to horrible. Okay, so like
And-
where would you put it? Would you put it horrible, really bad, decent, good, very good, great, amazing, or masterpiece?
So you haven't played it, Caleb, but Sean,
I
have you
haven't played it.
yeah, I've played Bioshock.
For personal opinion, I'd give it from a 1 to 10 scale. I'd say it's probably about like a 7.5. It's not a great
Whoa.
dream game, but it's definitely up there.
So would you say that's very good or great?
I would say it's very good. Not
Okay.
great, but
Epic,
that's
dude.
just my opinion.
What
you
about
know?
you, Sean?
This freaks me out so much because like BioShock is such a good game, but like it also had like opportunity to be even like more expansive and just greater in future implements, but it wasn't. So for its single use, looking at some of the other games on this list, I'm gonna have to put it at great, in my
Great.
opinion.
Okay, so we're gonna have a fight here.
I have a little
Or
argument.
actually, I could be the tiebreaker because in terms of scary games, I cannot play scary games. So
Is it a scary game?
I think it's kind of scary, dude.
creepy.
I think it's kind
very-
of creepy. So
Yeah, I could see
It
that.
has to do with like a lot of the story is like apocalypse revelation
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's pretty creepy.
Yeah, I would view it like Dishonored, kind of. I'd say it's interesting and weird, but it's not like, yeah. So
Okay.
great is like a 10, correct? Or is
no,
it like
no. Okay, so great would be a 8, and a
okay.
very good would be a 7.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, so we'll move it up to great. All right, the next one on the list. This is a classic. This is Castlevania for the PlayStation. So have you guys played Castlevania all the way back into the original PlayStation?
I have not.
What about you?
I haven't. This.
Yeah, I haven't played. I think we're in the newer generation of gamers, like probably like 05 and up. We played but not Castlevania on PlayStation. I know that there's a lot of people that like Castlevania though, so unfortunately we have not tried it. So moving on to the next one. This is probably the biggest one on here, I'd say, that we're going to be reviewing today is Fallout New Vegas. Have you guys played Fallout New Vegas?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be extremely biased to this game. I think its bugs make it better. I think the story was impeccable. The amount of ways that you can beat the game is amazing. The DLC is really good. I will say, I'm gonna take away a little bias here because I would say masterpiece, but I'm gonna give it a 9. Let's put it at whatever that is.
So
Definitely a 9.
a 9. Let's go ahead and look over here. A 9 would be a masterpiece. No, a 9 would be amazing. Right
Amazing.
below.
Yeah.
Right below. Okay. What about you, Ryan? What's your interest with Fallout?
I'm kind of a little biased too because it hits home. You know, it's that Fallout game that was like super anticipated and everything like that. At least for me, and like you said, the storyline, the DLC, everything about it. I remember you could go to like New Vegas and get a penthouse and all that stuff. I'd give it an 8. I'd give it a great.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
being harsh.
So here we go. We're having a fight again. I actually haven't played it. So, now Fallout's one of those series I actually missed out on because I thought Fallout was like synonymous with BioShock. I know I'm an idiot. Like honestly, I remember going to like Blockbuster, right? And you can rent all these games. And I remember seeing BioShock, which had a little creepy picture on it. And I just was, for some reason, I thought Fallout was synonymous with that. But I've heard a lot of great things about Fallout New Vegas. But unfortunately, since I haven't played it, I'm going to have to step out of this one. So, do we say great or do we say amazing for Fallout New Vegas?
Is this like a Rhett and Link situation where they have to have like a tiebreaker?
Yeah. Yeah, they have to do a tiebreaker. So in order to do a tiebreaker, let's do rock, paper, scissors. Let's go ahead and do rock, paper, scissors.
So for an 8 or a 9, amazing or great?
Yep.
Let me hang on real quick. Ryan, did you play the DLC for this?
I believe so, yeah. I couldn't name what it is, but I remember playing that full game.
You remember Blood Money? Where
Yeah.
Blood Money was insane.
It
One
was.
of the-
It
and
was
it was
a great
difficult.
But are we talking about like on the scale of like I don't know if Skyrim is going to be on this list or
Skyrim's going to be on it.
Probably.
It's going to
Okay,
have the
yeah.
best games. Skyrim's going to be on there.
Yeah.
So we're
They're-
talking like 10 is like the best game of all time. There's only going to be like a limited amount, maybe like 5 games on the best games
Alright.
at Masterpiece.
Would you put it in your top 5? Let's just say that. Would you put Fallout New Vegas in your top 5?
Yes.
Okay. Well then let's go with you. Let's say it's amazing.
Okay. A solid amazing for Fallout New Vegas. Honestly, I'm
that's-
kind of with
that's
there
not
from
even-
what I've heard.
That's
Yeah.
not even like that's not even touching mods and stuff for that game.
Right. Okay. Fallout New Vegas, amazing. So we've done 3. We have 2 more to go. Half-Life. Have any of you guys been the PC masterminds and been playing PC from the longest time? Have you guys been playing Half-Life, the first one?
I gotta say personally, there are a couple of types of Half-Life, and I'm a little ignorant on the subject because I know that there was like a classic Half-Life, and then there was like Half-Life 1 and 2 that came out, and I don't know if that's the same thing or if that's different than the original. I'm probably gonna get like crucified for this.
I can help you out a little bit.
Okay.
So they came out 2 Half-Lives. They came out the Half-Life 1 and a Half-Life 2. And they also came out with a little, like you were saying, a kind of middle one. And so they have a few games, but we're just talking about, from my assume of this, we have a lot of games on here. Just the first one, just the first Half-Life. Have you played the first Half-Life?
I think I have. I'm just trying to remember.
I just know. I think for me, I'm on the same boat as Sean. I think I played it, but if I'm not correct, is that the same company that does the Left 4 Dead where they don't make a third game?
Yeah, that's it. That's Valve. Yeah, that's of course.
Is this
That's a no-go for me?
19? Is it 1998? Is that the one we're talking about? Yeah, it is.
I assume. Yeah,
I played
old,
that
it's
one.
old.
Dude, for what it was,
It's everybody's favorite game. Yeah.
Yeah, I did like it a lot. And I remember when I completed Half-Life 2. What was that? Do you guys remember the scary town with the things that suck your head?
The head
boss?
crabs?
Yeah, the head crabs. What was the town? Raven something? Raven? I can't remember. But
I
it was
couldn't help you.
this like horror town where you go in there and
Hey,
everyone's
don't say
zombies.
that word.
Horror.
There
town.
you go. There you
It
go.
was it was absolutely terrifying. No, see, like the trailer you're showing, this looks like an older Half-Life. I didn't play that Half-Life.
This-
I played like a newer version.
Okay, you probably play Half-Life 2, maybe? With
No. There was another Half-Life 1.
Okay, let's just say, because I know people's gonna get pissed if
yeah, they're probably freaking out.
yeah, if we put this anything else besides we have not tried. So we're gonna put
Yeah.
have not tried. I'm
Yeah.
sure to you guys it's a masterpiece.
I'll have to
Okay.
download it. I know my dad has like the original CDs.
Yeah. So, all right, for our second to last one, we're gonna do the next one since we skipped Half-Life and Castlevania. Street Fighter 2. This is Street Fighter 2. This one came out on the NES, I believe.
The Street Fighter, I think that's
and
a
it's the common-
Sega Genesis.
No, it was on a bunch of them. And then it
Oh,
was
okay.
also the one that's most commonly with the arcade. So if you've ever played Street Fighter on the arcade, it's pretty much
I
gonna
was
be that
thinking
one.
of Streets of Rage. That's
Oh.
what I was thinking.
No,
of.
the
Streets
no
of Rage. is fun.
Street Fighter. Street Fighter is a fighting game like Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat.
I know which one it is. I was getting confused. That is a fun one. And for its date, it was awesome because it was in
Yeah.
arcades and stuff. It's so difficult. I want to put it on the same level as like BioShock for me personally,
Mhm.
but I have a lot of good memories like of my childhood playing that. So, what do you think, Ryan? Maybe you could be the deciding thing. We could give this a 7, an 8.
I'd say, like you said, childhood memories, the arcade, you know, the rolling rinks and all those. It was in there, obviously.
And it
But-
did influence a lot of future games.
Was Mortal Kombat before or after that? Do we know? Because if it was going off of Mortal Kombat before,
I don't
then I'd have to bump it down.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, look that up for me. Because if that's my decision on that, then I'd say what is a better game, Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? And you could be the decider on
Ooh.
that. But
Personally, I like Mortal Kombat better. But the thing,
yeah, exactly.
see,
Same.
I played the arcades a lot. Like every time I was in any kind of hotel, they would always,
Street
for some
Fighter.
reason, they would always have a Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinet, or like any kind of Chuck E. Cheese, they'd have it. And dude, I suck at video games, so I could only play against like my little brother, or maybe win against my sister. But that was it. But I really like it. I like, the whole retro cabinets.
Right.
Those are always going to have like a feel to them that I don't think any game can match. Like even like
No.
the newer renditions of them, the remasters, right? They're not going to have like, if you watch this on stream, you won't be able to play it on the cabinet, have like 30 people behind you waiting in line, that kind of thing. So I'm going to say,
I want one in my basement. And just before you make your vote, Caleb, Street Fighter came out 5 years before Mortal Kombat in 1987.
yeah.
And that's a bump up because it impacted the game, like you
Yeah,
said.
Yep.
I mean, it basically could have given birth to Mortal Kombat in a way, or inspired it. So
I think that was the point of Mortal Kombat, to be a bloody Street Fighter. If I'm wrong, I know this is I'm completely staying. I think that was the point of it, because I know at the time everybody was like freaking out about Mortal Kombat and like how bloody it was. But in terms of Street Fighter, I would say it's very good.
That's 7. Very good 7.
Yeah, very good. 7.
I'll give it a 7. That's
I
fine.
agree with that.
Well, 7 would be like great.
Oh no, well,
One.
let's do very good. Either very good or
Okay, let's just do very good.
BioShock.
Yeah, I'm with very good. A solid, very good. The last one is Smash Ultimate. Have you guys played Smash Ultimate?
Yeah. I don't know.
You're gonna
How
piss
do
a
you
lot of
rate-
people
how
on
do you
this
rate
one.
some of these? They're like, I've been always really bad at that game.
That's why
but,
we're
like,
here.
personally-
That's why we're here.
See, I've always been really bad and gotten my butt kicked, but I've had some good memories, or maybe just good people I was with. But I would put it very good. I know other people would say it's a masterpiece, but I'm gonna put on very good, and you two can fight over it.
So Smash Ultimate that's like all the
That's the newer one.
Yeah,
that
it's
came
the
out
newest
on
one on the Switch. It's got the most characters or whatever, but it's very controversial. I know that. So, one of my
I
friends,
like the original more.
one of my friends are really into Melee, right? They love Smash Melee, and to all the Melee people and basically the whole Smash community, Melee is like the top. You can't get any higher than Melee. The buttons, and it was the one on the GameCube, right? So the buttons and all that other stuff, you can't beat it. But personally, as being someone who can't, I have such a terrible, I'm really bad at video games again, and Smash Ultimate is a lot more fun to me because A, I like the graphics better, and B, you don't have to memorize like 30 things just to be able to play the game. Because on Smash Melee, you have to know like each character's buttons and all this. You have to know so much stuff just to be able to compete with your friend that's sitting next to you. So, personally, I would say it's a great game. But I know a lot of the fan base, you're gonna say it's good, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played it, so
Okay.
I can't say.
So
either very good or great. It's up to you.
mhm.
I know a lot of people are into it, but compared to the first one, for me, I think it was like a campaign mode or something with like the big hand and stuff. That was so cool. So I don't know, kind of hard to.
I'm
I'm gonna say very good.
Yeah, I'll say very good too. Yeah, because again, I haven't played it as much as anything else, and it's just not. Again, fighting games aren't really my forte. So we got our 6 games today. We have Fallout currently at the highest. It's at amazing. Fallout New Vegas. Number 2 is great, which is BioShock, and then we have very good as Street Fighter 2 and Smash Ultimate. So that's our tier list currently. I think it's about that time to get into something special that we were that we had in mind. Phoenix, do you want to talk about PGC?
Where are we going?
PGC a little bit?
Sure, yeah, for sure. I just want everyone to kind of understand our plans what type of content you guys can be expecting from us. We're going to be having a lot of content that's all about PGC, about the community. So we're going to have a podcast every week with your two co-hosts, me and Caleb. And then on top of that, we'll be doing a Game Pass review.
Yep.
And we'll pick, a game to cover, and Caleb and I will play. We
There's
might
a lot
have a
of them.
guest on that, just depending on what game it is. But we'll play a game, and then we'll upload, our, honest review of the game, how we feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys want to go check that out, that'll be on our YouTube channel, which we will have linked somewhere for you guys to check out in the bio or something.
In the description.
Yeah. If you're listening on Spotify, you'll be able to check us out on our Discord, which I will provide a link in our description for the podcast. We're also going to be having different RP groups, Milsim group, casual groups where, content will be displayed on YouTube for those. If we have members or people in the community that create videos, there will be an opportunity to become a PGC partner, and you'll actually be able to make videos with us and post them on the main channel. So you'll get to see other people in the community show some of their favorite moments in their games, or something that they find is cool.
Yeah.
One day you might see Ryan, playing Warzone or, whatever it might be, chasing people on the Friday the 13th game, stuff like that. So, and also there's going to be a lot of ways for you guys to watch or listen to the podcast. So like we've said, we're going to be on Spotify. We'll also be available on YouTube if you'd like to watch an edited version of the podcast. Or if you want to actually watch us live, you'll be able to see that over on Twitch on What's a Follower.
Yep.
Yes, sir. And that's Caleb. So you guys can go and check any of that stuff out at any given point in time. We've been doing this for a couple of years, but we're happy to finally start putting this stuff out there for the public to start getting in on all the fun stuff we have planned. Caleb, I'm sure you have a thing or two you want to say.
Yeah. So going off of that, we're always looking for new people, new creators like you're mentioning. So our vision is to have a whole community with different games, different people, different YouTubers, whoever wants. If you're a YouTuber, if you're a content creator, Twitch, Instagram, whatever, and you want to put your videos out there, that's what the Discord's going to be for. So you put your video in the chat. Everybody gets to check that out. And if you want to post on the PGC channel, you're more than welcome. You can just talk to one of us, and we can get that sorted out. So content's the game. So we're always looking for new people, and I can't wait till Battlefield. That's going to be where me and Sean get to really show the RP stuff and the Milsim stuff. So a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah. Should be a lot of fun.
So talking about ways to watch and listen, if you guys have any ideas on what to, like if you guys want to see us on SoundCloud, which I think we can do that, post videos in SoundCloud, or any other medium that like, hey, you guys aren't posting on Walmart.com. We're like, guys, no big deal. We'll post on Walmart.com for you guys. So just let us know. Again, comments help, liking the video, all that stuff, that helps. And for our Spotify people, you guys won't see this. So
nice. Well, guys, thank you for coming and listening to us today. And Ryan, thank you for being our guest. It's been wonderful having you here.
You guys.
And guys, we will see you in the next PGC podcast.
Oh.